there's a lot of things that
It'll probably pop
I've
up.
done to set it up to kind of stay organized. But one thing that I really love to do is setting up something called a brand hub.
Hmm.
Once you're in Canva, you can set up a brand hub, and it's basically where you would set your colors, your logo, all of that stuff kind of ahead of time so that in the future, when you're editing anything that you want for your particular brand, the colors are already a choice for you. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel all the time and find just the same exact blue or just the same exact yellow. So
Okay.
for my social media company, Social Chemistry, I have like a copy of all my logos in the file here. So if I'm
Okay.
ever editing something and I want to insert the logo, I can just pull it from here instead of having to go dig for it, saved on my computer someplace. It
Okay.
speeds up the time a little bit. And then, I have my color palette. So these colors are saved here. And anytime I want a dark blue, this is the exact dark blue that I'm going to get, you know.
Okay. And that's on
Um,
the brand hub.
that's all in the brand hub. Yeah. And I've
Okay.
set in advance like the fonts that I like to use for that particular brand. I have a bunch of my headshot photos in there for that brand
Okay.
and icons. So you can kind of set that ahead of time. And I'll give you an example of how that gets used. So I'll go back to the home page really quick and I'll just pull up a well, here's the logo I'm working on for Nancy in the
Okay.
group. So I sent these logos to her this morning just for her to check out and let me know. She wanted like a beachy theme. So
Yep.
I tried to do beachy colors for her.
Got it.
But like, let's just say I'm working with a different client and I want to do different colors. Like I can go to the brand hub and, if I've set that up for the client in advance, I could just change the colors with a push of a button. So I'm just waiting for it to
Got
load
it.
here. Um, so here's a logo, right? And it's kind of
I
bluey.
don't see
I'll,
it.
I'll, I'll zoom in a little bit.
I'm still on
Cause,
that home page.
oh, okay. So it's still maybe delayed a little bit.
It must be because I'm still on the home page, your home Canva page,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Um,
which is weird because I saw the other stuff.
yeah, maybe it's laggy.
Or maybe you have to go out and come back in. I don't know.
Like hit stop sharing and try again. I could try.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do that. Share this tab instead. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You have to switch
Let me do
tabs.
that. Because you know what it
Yeah.
does? It opens up a new page. It opens up a new page
Yeah.
whenever I go into a project that I've already done. Okay, so can you see this now?
Yes. Now I can see it.
Okay, so this is just a logo with some words and a graphic. And the colors that I put in here were something that I already selected for Nancy. But if I went to Brand Hub and I decided that I wanted to give it different colors, these are some brand kits that I already, have in my brand hub. So this one is for a different page that I have, and the colors are already there. So I could, in the brand hub, click on the colors that I've set, and it changes it for me.
Got it. Okay.
See, and those are colors that are already decided for that. Now, this happens to be the colors for my son's college.
Yeah.
Um, and I pulled the exact colors off of their brand kit from their marketing page for their athletics
Yep.
program. And this is like their exact color. So what happens is you can press this button as many times as you want, and it will continue to shuffle those colors for you. So you can just try different, versions of what it has.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe you find one that you really like and you're like, okay, then this is the color scheme I'm going to use for all my posts. and it'll just, this one is the University of Akron, up here in Ohio, and you can just change it to their colors, and these are just things I've preset,
Yeah.
but it gives you an idea.
Yeah.
When you do a brand hub, it just saves your time on things.
Got it.
So I'll go back to the home page, and we'll just do like a lesson of someone is starting for the first time
Yes.
and they want to create something. So Canva has a lot of templates already uploaded into it, where you see across top, you can do documents, you can do presentations, social media, videos, all these websites even. And so the templates are already there for you. So you could click on, let's just say it's social media. And then it further will give you social media choices. Like, okay, you're doing social media. Is it for Instagram? Is it for Facebook? You can click the arrow and go over and see, oh, okay, they have TikTok video on here. They have YouTube thumbnails on here. And what that means is that if you click on any one of these little categories, every single post that comes up is already formatted for the correct size. So yeah, every social media account displays, images from the post in a different formatting size. So instead of having to resize something for Instagram in the shape, in the square, or Facebook, those are completely different sized images. And I'll show you where you can make a design once and then save it as a resized image for the other social media accounts, which is really helpful because then you have the same content of the post, but it's resized for each social media so you can share it across the platforms, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just say we're starting with like a Facebook post. You would click on Facebook post.
Okay.
And I'm learning now to hit share this tab instead. Every time it opens a new tab. So we're getting there. So it's just
I
loading.
wish Zoom was a little easier like that, but it's not.
Yeah, because like on Teams, you just share your desktop and everything's there, but that's okay. So we did Facebook posts. So this is a blank page. It's exactly the right size to share on a Facebook post. And on the sidebar in Canva, you have a million choices for different things you can do, one of which is a design. So if you want to start with a design that already exists and then just customize it for yourself, the terminology is basically like using a template. So there's a million different templates in here, all different things, but you can actually type in some keywords. So say you want to do a Facebook post about your recent vacation. You could say my vacation, enter that as a search, and now it's going to pull only Facebook posts that are about vacations and give you a couple of template ideas. And you can just kind of scroll through these to see, what you like. I'll try and find one that uses some features that I like to show off. So, I mean, this one's kind of like a scrapbook style. And what it has here are, the already picked out, the logo is already picked out. All those things are customizable. So we could click on the page, go to the brand hub. We could pick a brand kit, whichever one we want. I have this hosting hive idea for helping people that are, that have Airbnbs. So I could just click that color palette and change this so it would match the brand that I have, right? So now the background is a little bit more yellowy. And then I could change the logo. There's a lot of really great, sorry, not logo, font. There's a lot of really great fonts in here. Like you just click up where it says holiday, that must be the name of that font. And it's infinite. I mean, there are so many fonts in here. It's not even, you can try to look for a certain type of font. So you could say, you know, I want a calligraphy font. You just type calligraphy and it'll just niche down the choices that you get to all choices that are calligraphy. So you could just change the font. Now, the other thing that this has is something called frames. And a frame is a placeholder for a photograph that you want to use. And it makes it, you know, a certain shape. So you can actually substitute the pictures here as well. So you can detach the image from the page, hit delete, which is this little kind of garbage can. So now you
Okay.
can see what the original frames were for this entire thing. So we'll just dump all these images because it's not us. We don't want to use these. And now we have really more of like what the blank template kind of was originally. All these little things on here are elements. You can click on that. You can delete it, bring in new elements if you wanted to. But I'll show you how to drag a photo in. There's two different ways to get a photo in Canva. It can be a photo that you uploaded, or it can be a stock photo. There are a ton of stock photos. So let's do the first way. The first way is photos that you have uploaded. So I recently uploaded all my headshots. That's what's going to be in here. Oh,
So
no, it's
what?
not. Okay.
So you have to upload them first.
You can even upload them at the moment.
Okay.
So you can hit upload files and it'll open up a, you know, a search on your computer, and you can pick a picture and upload it right at that moment. Or if you've already uploaded photos, then you can, you know, just choose one that you've already uploaded in the past. So, you know, I don't know, this picture of me holding flowers on graduation is kind of, and just dragging it over. Do you see how I did that?
Yeah.
You just drag it to the frame. And then if you're like, oh, I want to put it in this frame instead, or that frame, you just drag it and put it into the frame.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. The other way is to get a stock photo. Let's just say, you know, it's not really your vacation, it's some other design we're doing, but you just need a photo of someone. Those are called elements. So Canva has a lot of different, you know, elements are something that you added to the graphic. So the choices they have are like lines and shapes, graphics, stickers, photos, videos. You know, you can change the shape of the frame. You can put a grid. There's a million different things that you can do, but you can also just search. So we're doing a vacation thing. So I can just say family vacation and see what comes up. There'll be a bunch of different things, but I'm looking for a picture. So I can go to photos. And now all these family vacation pictures are going to come up. And all you have to do is pick it, drag it over and put it in the frame. So you have, you know, you have the pictures that you want.
Okay. I didn't know it was a drag thing.
Oh yeah,
That's good to
super
know.
easy. Now you can click too. So I'll show you what happens if you click. Let's get rid of this one first. So we have an empty frame to work with. So I could click on that picture of the mountain, and then I can just, I'm pressing my mouse and I'm dragging it into the frame from there.
Okay.
I'll just do a blank page here so we can see what happens with this. So say you want to have a graphic and you want to have the picture be the full background, like the full size of the Facebook post. You just hit the three little dots and you say replace background, and it will snap that picture and make it the background.
Okay, got it.
Now, let's say you wanted to add some text over top of this. You would just go over here and select text. And, you know, you could do add a heading, You could do any of these like pre-made um, text ideas also and just customize them. So we'll do both. So we'll do add a heading is like beach. I don't know why I'm picking a beach, but I think it's because Nancy's logo was beachy. Beach vacation. And you want to put it in there and maybe you want to change the color. So while you have this box selected where the text is, it's selected because you have these little bubbles around it. You go over here to select the text color. And you can pick any color you want. It also has a smart feature where it will pick a color that coordinates with any photo on the page.
Okay.
So, I don't know, maybe you want this brown or blue, but it kind of like blends in too much, or maybe you want something totally different. You could go up on the top and also search for a color. So you could say green, and there's, all these colors pop up from Canva. So, I don't know, maybe that dark blue is kind of nice. So then if you want to, he's doing this in a little bit for you. So if you want to add some more effects to the font, you can do that as well. So you can, while you're selected, hit effects, and there's all these different things. I use lift a lot, kind of makes it look like it stands out from the page a little bit.
Yeah.
You can put a shadow behind the letters and then come down and customize what color you want the shadow to be. Maybe you want it to be like, I don't know, bright or red. See how that's showing as a shadow. You could do, let's see what else there is. Whoops.
Now, are all these features in Pro, or I think Shane has just the regular account.
Yeah. The only thing that's different on Pro, there's a few more fonts than the free account. And some of the pictures that you pick and the elements are free. And some of them will have like a little icon on them saying that they're pro. So even if you have the free account and you find a picture that you want to use that's a pro picture, they do allow you to pay for just one picture.
Okay, got it.
So I use so much of it that I didn't want to pay by picture, which is why I have the pro account. But
understood.
Yeah, either one would work. So there's all the, there's all these different features for how you could make the words. You can put a background on them. And you can customize that further to make it like really round, not so round.
How'd you put the yellow on there?
I did background.
Oh, background. Okay.
Yep. So there was, we went from outline. You can make the letters hollow.
Got it.
And then you can do background. And if you did background, also you could change the background color, and you could go down to, whatever kind of works with it. Maybe this one. That's kind of cute. Or remember we said you could add text using some of these already formatted, ways to do it. So you just click on them and they'll show up on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can just change it to whatever, whatever words you want. We'll do beach again. Beach. And then you can change the color. So you've got it highlighted. You go over to the color and you say, I want that to be blue. You can also change the font of it. It's basically pre-selected, but you can just do anything that you think would be nice. So let's see. We'll just pick a different font and see what happens. So it keeps the same like shimmery effect or whatever you want to call it on there.
But how did you get it to be smaller? Or how do you get it to be smaller?
So if you want to get it to be smaller, you just go up to the corner here
Okay, drag
and
it.
drag it down. Yep. Maybe you
Uh,
just want to put it, down in the corner there. You can do, we'll add a new page here. You can do video. So you go to elements. Remember we did family
how did you get
vacation.
to a blank page? Are you adding a
Um,
page?
where was I? So once you're on a page, you just hit add a page.
Okay. And what if you, let's just say you didn't like that design that you just did.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get rid of it?
So you're on that page and there's the little garbage can here and you
Oh,
just hit
got it
delete.
at the corner. Okay. See
Yep.
it now.
Yep. So we could go to a video if you wanted to add a video to something. Maybe it's in the background. So you just click it and now it's part of that page. You can do what we did before and make that the full background. So you replace the background and now the background is the video.
Love it.
Um,
Oh my God, I'm
so
gonna
you
have
can do
some
that
fun in
too.
Canva today.
It's a lot. There's a lot of really good stuff in here.
Because I mean,
Uh,
Shane knows basics, and I'm like, okay, Shane, I need a tutorial because I can't help you do these pitches, and I don't even know how to use it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you could do, if he had a pitch deck that he wanted to use every single time, so that your formatting is kind of the same, then you could just kind of plug and play.
Yep.
Let me
Plug and
go
play the
back to.
pictures. Yep.
Yeah, I have a couple pitches in here that I've done before. So let's see.
I'm determined to learn everything. And I didn't even
Yeah.
know, it took me a while. Max actually taught me how to underwriting a mobile home park is hard because they give you so much information. Max
Oh,
taught
I'm
me,
sure.
and I'm still not 100% confident in it, so I have to have them look it over. But
Hmm.
the last one, apparently I did right, so you can't complain.
Hey, that's awesome. Okay, so this was 14 houses that I had to wholesale in Texas last year, I think it was. Um, we didn't sell any because our buyer was dumb. Or our seller, after we had him under contract, he changed all his, he wasn't happy with any of his prices. But, I made this package and these honeycomb shapes, they're just frames. So all I did was I uploaded a picture of all these 14 houses and I just dragged them into here.
Okay. And then how
Um,
did you do the frame?
let me show you how I did the frame. This is loading an overview of the entire pitch deck for
Okay.
a moment, but that's okay. So I had like a little bit of information about each town.
Mhm.
Um, and then each property had its own page. So we'll just go to one of those pages to show you.
Should call the guy back
Virginia
and see if
letter.
he's interested in selling it.
Seriously, like things must have changed by now, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
but you should definitely do it. And maybe Shane and I will buy it.
Yeah. The guy had 60 houses in Texas and he was a tired landlord. All right. Okay, so here's one of the pages. So what I did to add the photo frame, it's called, is I went over to elements,
Okay.
wait for it to load, and I went down here to frames.
Ah, got it. Okay,
Like I could add this squiggly one,
got it.
and then you
So you
just
add the
drag a
squiggly
picture in.
and you drag the picture in. Got it.
Yep.
First
Yep.
you add the frame and then you add the picture.
Exactly. That
Okay.
way there's a shape that you want,
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you bring the picture over, um, it will just be the shape of the picture. So like here's a picture of one of the branding shots that I did with a client picking out colors for her house. And it's just that shape. But if I wanted it to be in a squiggly thing, I would just drag it in and now it's in there.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's like you have to have the frame first in order to put the picture into it. But it's not that you couldn't add the frame afterwards. You could. Doesn't matter what order you do it in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you want to get rid of it, you made a mistake, you just hit the little garbage can thing and you can either delete the image and that'll get rid of the image but keep the frame, or you can just delete the frame and get rid of it altogether. So since this one had like the honeycomb thing on the first page, I just kept them all,
Okay.
you know, similar for each page. But
Okay.
I mean,
So then my question would be, so how did you get like the writing on, I know you already said it, but it still needs to click in my brain. How do
yeah,
you
it's
get
okay.
the address on top and the rest of the stuff on the bottom?
Yep. So here, let me just do a whole entire blank page. We'll start from scratch. Add a page, and then what we did was we wanted to put a title on the top. So I went to text, titles, and then it'll just put the word title or add a heading. It'll say add a heading. So then I would just type an address, like I'll do my address at home.
Okay.
So see how that's too big, like I would have wanted it to be across the page without making a second line. So for that, while I'm already in here and it's selected, I would just go up to the font size and hit minus until it goes across the page and it's not in two lines.
Okay.
So just keep going until it's the right size. And then you hit this little kind of, I don't know, it's like a plus sign, but it's also like navigation. You click on it and you can drag it.
Got it, to the top. Okay.
Yep, drag it to the top. And then I would go to the elements and I want to add a frame for the house picture. Maybe I want to do two. And you can just, kind of separate them a little bit. It's fine if they overlap, or not, whatever you want to do. And then I would go to my uploads and maybe I have a house picture. Oh, I just saw one. Here's a house. It's a cabin I did a social media for. Million pictures of my son shooting a rifle. Got to be something else in here. Housey.
He's on the right. He's on the rifle. He's on the the right. My one of my friends that we golf with, who's also a real estate agent here, her son does the same thing. He has a scholarship and everything.
Yeah, that's what my son got, a scholarship for
I didn't
University of Alabama.
Was it called skeet shooting, or what do they call it?
It could be that. It could be
I forget what it's called. He's like he goes all over the country. I mean, all over Europe, all over the country. He's been to Germany and South America. I didn't. To be honest with you, I had no clue it was such a thing. I had no clue.
I know. It's like it's so niche. Like it's it's not something there's probably maybe 400 kids in the country that are like good enough to do this and travel and be on a college team, and it's really super small group.
Yes, I was like amazed.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, it also teaches them good gun safety too. So I think it's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. So then I was adding whatever the words on the bottom. So I just clicked, into text and pick one of the sizes. You're going to end up customizing it anyway. So just pick it, put it in there. And then we would say, 1900 square feet.
So you hit section header or body text?
That one I did section header, yeah.
Okay.
Not that it's actually a section. It's just really the only difference is that it's the sizing of the font.
Got it.
Okay, so we got something that's going to be 1900 square feet, let's say, this little cabin, but the section header came in a little bit small. So maybe I would increase it a little bit till I felt like it, was good on the page. And then I think on those other pages, I had some little icons, right? Like all these little icons for however many
Yes.
square feet it was. So
Yep.
how I did that, I'll just pick new ones. Again, I went to elements, and then you can put in like ruler icon and see what it gets you. And then you go to graphics and just pick one that you think, looks good. Here's one that's kind of construction-y.
Yeah.
So it take that, and it's going to come in kind of big, and then just drag it down until the size looks good for
Okay.
what you want to do, and just move it, and see these little pink lines that are popping up.
Hmm.
The pink lines are like guides. They're helping you land the
Got it.
image in relation to what's next to it. So right now
Got it.
that pink line is on because the bottom of the graphic lines up with the bottom of the text box,
Okay.
which is awesome.
Perfect. Hmm.
If you wanted to center it, maybe you would make it a little bit smaller and just kind of move it until it shows that it's in the center.
Okay.
So yeah, and then you can always change the color of a graphic. That's why I like to choose graphics,
Uh-huh.
because the colors can be changed.
Got it.
If you were to choose a photo of a ruler, it's just a picture and you can't
Change
change the
it.
color of it.
Okay.
So it's not as, you could find one that you really like and then you don't want to change it, and that's fine. Like this one, if someone's doing like a cool ombre look or whatever, you could do that. But that's why I do the graphics, because you can typically customize all the colors on a graphic and make it match whatever your branding is going to be. So, I mean, you could do full paragraphs. Um, I chose body text, and then just, start typing a paragraph.
Okay. Now go right back to where you did that. You just put section, right? Section header.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Section
Section header.
header,
Okay.
body text, any of
Okay.
those.
Any of
But
those.
let's just
Okay.
say you want this paragraph formatting to not be across the whole entire page. Like you want it to be smaller.
Uh,
Instead of grabbing the um, bubble on the corner,
yeah.
the circle, because the circle will resize the text when you pull it. See how it's getting
Yep.
bigger
Yep.
and smaller? Instead, there's this like crop mark almost,
Uh-huh.
like a vertical
Yep. I
line.
see it.
If you take that, um, you're actually making the box smaller.
Got it.
So you can make it like way smaller, and like, because maybe you only want it on like half the page or whatever, Then if you drag it from there, it changes the font size again. But it kind of helps do like text wrapping almost, like how you do in Microsoft Excel, you can hit wrap.
Yep.
That sidebar kind of helps do that. So you make it bigger and it'll go down to almost like one line, or you make it smaller and it'll wrap the text into a shorter number of words per line.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. You can change the background color of a page. Um, there's a lot of different, you just play around with it and customize it.
So changing the
This is hard.
background,
Yeah.
how would you do that? How do you do that?
So every time you select on something, you get the purple bar around it, right? So
Yes. Yep.
that's just showing that. That's just showing that. So if
Yep.
you click anywhere in like the space where you don't have something, it's
Uh-huh.
actually selecting the whole page.
Okay.
And then it's hard to see because this one was white to begin with, but there's
Okay.
a box here for background color. You click on the
Okay.
color and then it opens it back up again for you to pick any color you like. And again, if you have a photograph on the page, it will give you smart colors that would
Smart colors.
coordinate, which
Okay.
kind of takes the guesswork out of, oh my God, is this matchy or not matchy? You just click on one of the colors and that does, it coordinates with the picture really well.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. Same thing with the font. If you want to change the font color, we click on that address there. We go to the text color, and since there's a picture here, it would still do the same thing. It would give you those smart colors that matches the picture perfectly. If you wanted to do that, or you could just pick, black or whatever. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So that creative real estate logo that I gave you,
Yeah.
how do I make that smaller? Because I want to be
Okay.
able to use it as my Facebook page. Max gave that to me, and I need to figure out how to get that smaller.
Okay. So I think I uploaded it in here in my
Yeah, you did.
uploads. So it would be the same as for what you would do. So here's
Yeah.
the logo,
Yeah.
right? Um, you want to make it for your
I
Facebook,
want to, for the profile and the background.
like the top of the Facebook page or the
The
circle around where
actual, the round thing.
the round thing. Okay. If I was going to do that, what I would do is actually I would go to my home page and I would choose like a square shape to put that into, like social media. I would do maybe a logo because those always come in um, perfectly square, which is
Okay.
nice. So you have a blank logo here, right?
Okay.
And wait for this to load forever. And then I would go to the uploads to find the logo again.
Okay.
Click on it. And then, you can kind of resize it a little bit inside of here, get it perfectly in the center because, the social media profile is going to pull whatever you get and put it in the center. So leave some white space around it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So now you have it. So then what you would do, you would go up here to where it says share, and you're going to download it to yourself, basically.
Yeah.
So you'll
Actually,
go
we can't download. So actually, if you can download it for me, that'd be great. On our
oh my
free
gosh,
account, you
it won't let
can't
you
download.
download?
No.
That's crazy.
So if you wouldn't
Okay.
mind doing that, that'd be fabulous because we can't
Yeah.
download.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you can't do on the free account.
I got you. I wonder if on the free account, can you do save?
Yeah. The only thing you can do is copy link.
Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well, let's download. Download. And then it gives you options of how you want to download it. Like for your pitch decks, right? If you were going to download it and email it to someone,
Yeah.
you would download it as a PDF.
Yes.
Because then they can't change anything, but they can scroll through it. And if you put links in there, the links will work, all of that. So PDF print would be what you want for that. So for this, PNG is just a higher resolution graphic than a JPEG. So that's usually what they suggest. And then you just hit download. So now, it went to my desktop and then I would email it from there. But since I have Canva on my phone, I can actually go into Canva right now because we just did this. It's on my phone. I can hit download. And as soon as it downloads, I can send it to you.
Awesome.
and
Thank you
you'll
so
already have
much.
it on your phone.
Yeah. Because
Like
Max
it's just,
gave that, yeah, Max gave us the idea to do like the kind of the real estate, not the real estate, the university kind of thing.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I like that. It's a
so
really good idea.
just simple. Yep.
Yep. Yep. And it conveys it. It's like, because you have almost like school, right? It's,
Yep.
you're learning and there's buildings. So it's kind of, and I do like the font a lot
Yes.
because I think it's very much like university type,
Yes. That's
you
why
know, like lettering.
yes, that's why he did it.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you need to have, um, yeah, we are. So while I have you here, I know you're doing
Yeah.
so much for us. We also are going to need eventually a website for Creative Real Estate University or figure out how to tie that in.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Um,
sure. I
because
know.
CREU is that is available. So is Creative Real Estate University.
Oh, it's available?
It is. Both of them
Oh
are.
my gosh.
I mean, I can
Wow.
snag them.
Yeah, I would.
I feel like we're going to have this ongoing project, and
Yeah.
you're going to be our contractor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mentorship that I joined for like creating my company here is
Yeah.
like you have to think of yourself as a fractional CMO, chief
Yes.
marketing officer. It's like there are companies out there, businesses out there, they're growing. They don't need a full-time person to pay with benefits and a salary and vacation days and all that. They just need somebody who knows how to do these things.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And then you're
that's
going
where
to be
you
very
end up
valuable.
becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like,
Because,
you just get a couple of clients on your list there and you're jumping in and out of different like
yeah.
um
No, we'll, yeah, we'll be keeping you busy and you'll be able
yeah.
to by the time you're done with us, you'll probably be able to buy a boat, another
I
one.
know. That'd be great. I know. Oh my gosh. I definitely need to find that contact information for those houses in Texas because I don't know
Yes.
if the guy ever.
Why? That's what you should be doing today. Call those houses. I mean, call
Yeah.
that contact. Yeah.
And then there's another one here in New York that I might have texted you the address yesterday. So this contractor guy that I know, he has like 10 employees of his own and they do all the different crafts. Like he has a plumber, he has an electrician, he has a carpet guy, all that. And he is renovating a motel kind of near like 3 towns over from where my boat is.
Mhm.
And he's like, hey, I also came across a house on this road because I'm driving it every day to renovate this hotel. And I've got my eye on this property and it's like run down and needs, work. And he's like, I talked to the guy last year, but he wanted too much money and now he's desperate. And I think I could get the house for like 40 grand, Jen. I'm like, what? So, and he said the ARV would be like 250, which I don't know if that's true or not. So I'd have to find that out. But I mean, that's a really good deal if that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I would
and
say so.
yeah, and
I
he's
have, if you send me one of the addresses, I have privy for your Texas deals. I can get you the name. Can't skip trace them for you, but I can get the name.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Or if
Cause I
it's
was working on that
LLC,
with
then
another girl and she's
yeah.
not in Reen. She was just in the master class.
Okay.
And she was the one that did like all of the talking to this man, this investor. So it would, we could
Okay.
just start over,
Yeah.
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 That'd be awesome.
Well, yeah, I will. Yeah, I can get you the information.
Okay.
Send me the
Yeah.
address. I mean, like I said, if it's not in an LLC, he might have them in an LLC, and then you know, we might be able to skip trace an LLC, but it's very
Mm,
hard.
right, right.
But I
I
can,
could potentially, I'll dig back in my email. I might have gotten his email at one point, which would be
yeah,
helpful to start with.
yeah,
Um, to just say like, hey, I wanted to loop back with you. I know it's been about a year and I don't know if we ever sold those properties or not, but I have buyers and would be interested in seeing, if you want to chat or whatever and see what he says.
Well, Zillow can tell you if some of them have been sold recently too.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll just look
Yeah,
up the addresses and see.
yeah.
That would be
Awesome. Thank
great.
you so much for my
Yeah.
tutorial.
Yeah.